What's up, friends? You're watching B-Boy 45, the hospital's very own TV and radio station. Here at Children's Hospital, Colorado, we have a longtime friend on the line with us. Maya, are you there, my friend?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing this fantastic Thursday?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, I'm doing great too, because I get to chat with you a little bit, but it's more important about who you get to chat with. Who do you get to chat with today?
Danielle Panabaker.
We got Danielle Panabaker on my show. That is amazing. Happy Thursday to everybody. Maya, take it away.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for calling in. I cannot believe I'm talking to you right now.
Oh gosh, it's my pleasure. I'm so glad you reached out.
So my first question for you is who or what inspired you to become an actor?
So I actually became an actor because I am really shy. I think by nature I'm an introvert, and I, was very shy. I was always the little girl who hid behind her mom's legs, and my family moved every 2 years growing up. And we were moving to a suburb of Atlanta, and my mom thought it would be a good idea for us to try theater. And my younger sister and I tried theater, and I fell in love with it. And I think maybe part of it is that I love, being someone else, getting the opportunity to not be myself. And so that was really the genesis of all of this. And that was, 20 years ago now.
Oh, cool. So you were in the Disney films Stuck in the Suburbs, Sky High, and Read It and Weep. What was the biggest challenge in transitioning from Disney to other roles?
That's a good question. I don't know that I ever necessarily was consciously trying to sort of break out of the Disney Channel role, or the Disney sort of world. When I was 16 and I was in Disney Channel movies, I mean, that was as good as it gets. You know what I mean? I watched Disney Channel, and to be on the Disney Channel was huge. And, to get to do a movie with my sister was so fun and an opportunity that most people don't get. So, I had a lot of fun with the Disney movies when I was younger. And then, I think it's just, there's a transition sort of in every young adult's life when they move out of being sort of a teenager and they have to become an adult in their own right. And I think I sort of went through that as a person. And then I think my career kind of reflected that too, as I started making different choices and being in different kinds of films or TV shows and that sort of thing.
Oh, cool. So you've been in several horror movies and a psychological thriller, and including the remake of Friday the 13th. Are you a fan of horror movies?
The funny thing is I am actually a big old scaredy cat, and I'm afraid of horror movies. Even the ones I'm in are scary because, there's a different experience between when you're filming one scene at a time. You're just doing one scene, and all you're focused on is that one little scene. And then when you see the whole movie cut together and the storytelling comes about, and you feel the music, it's so much scarier to watch a horror movie than it is to make one. And I don't know that I'm particularly a fan of the genre, even though I have made quite a few horror movies.
Yeah, my sister is a huge fan of horror movies, and I hate them. I can't watch them.
Yeah, they give me nightmares. I'm too much of a scaredy cat.
Yeah. Yeah. I like thrillers, but I can't do horror movies.
I know. Sometimes the blood and guts gets to me too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever get scared filming any of the scenes?
I mean, I'm sure, one of the things that's hard about horror movies is a lot of the stuff needs to be filmed at night because obviously everything's scarier at night. Friday the 13th was in a really cool house, but a very remote location. You never know sort of what's out there. I feel like I'm more afraid of the critters in the sort of running around than, than a bad guy jumping out and getting me. But like I said, I'm a big old scaredy cat.
Yeah. There was once, like a while ago, that I sat down and to just relax, and I turned on the TV, and there was Jared, it was on this channel that Jared Padalecki was on the screen. I figured it was just an episode of Supernatural. I went to see what it was, and it was Friday the 13th. And I was like, I don't want to watch this.
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah. Especially since I was the only one home. I don't remember where my mom and my sister were, but I was the only one home. So I was like, I'm especially not watching this when I'm alone.
That makes sense. I feel like you made the right choice there.
Thank you. So you play Dr. Caitlin Snow in The Flash, which is one of my all-time favorite shows. I rewatched it in 2020 when lockdown happened. I decided to just rewatch all of The Flash. So I rewatched it all during lockdown.
That's amazing. You've seen it more recently than I have.
Yeah, so I was wondering, what is the best part about working on this show?
One of my favorite things about the show is that everyone who's working on it is really just trying to do their best. Everybody's coming at it from this perspective of how can I tell the best story possible, sort of given the parameters that we're given on our television show. We make usually about 20, sometimes 20 plus episodes a season, and it can be a lot of work, but everyone is really passionate about doing the best work they can. And I think that's something that's really special, that, even in 8 seasons, it hasn't gotten old. People haven't, started phoning it in yet.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So what's the hardest thing about playing a character that, or really 2 characters, Caitlin Snow and her alter ego, Frost?
I mean, there's a lot that's hard about both of them, especially when the 2 of them are in scenes together. It's double the workload. And, differentiating the 2, it's also logistically hard on the crew, because they have to wait while I change from one character to another. So it's a challenge for sure. It's definitely been a challenge the last couple of seasons.
Yeah. So you've had recurring roles and guest starring roles in so many different TV shows and movies. Of all the characters you've played, is there one that you've related to the most?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know if there's one that I've related to the most. Because for the last 8 years, pretty much all I've done is Caitlin and Frost. I do love Caitlin. I have such a fondness for her, and I feel like she's always fulfilled a special role in Team Flash. So, she will always have a special place in my heart for sure.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So is there a show that you're currently binge watching?
Oh my gosh. I wish I could say there was. I'm a mom, I've got another kid on the way, and, our hours are pretty extreme. I just directed another episode of the show too. So I'm trying to think, I haven't been watching. Oh, you know what we're watching? Scrubs. We went back and we're rewatching Scrubs, which is fun. It's like a nice, easy 20-minute show that you can watch at the end of the day. So that's been really fun. Takes place in
Yeah, I love that show.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think it's really fun, and it's also very clever and smart. The episode we watched, I think we're in season 5 right now. The one we watched last night was almost like Wizard of Oz themed, and it was really fun to see all the different ways they peppered it in.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I love that show, but there's like shows that I remember, I know I loved, but for some reason I can't remember like anything about it. And I don't know why. Scrubs, like I can remember certain things, but then there are scenes that like my mom and my sister will be talking about, and I like have no memory of that. And
that's what happens when they do a show for so long that makes so many episodes. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, it is. And congratulations on your second child.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I thought you were going to say on directing.
Yes, well, also on directing, but I wanted to say congratulations on both.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what movie quotes do you use on a regular basis?
What movie quotes? I don't know if I use any movie quotes on a regular basis. What ones do you use?
Now, I don't even know now thinking about it. I think they just like come to me and I just say them, but now I can't remember any.
Yeah. I feel like if anything, I sometimes have quotes that I've picked up on set. You know, like sometimes I'll say copy that and it makes my husband crazy. He's like, why do you say that? And I'm like, because it's what everyone says at work. It says, it's an acknowledgement that I heard you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like a whole folder on my phone of just flash quotes.
Really? Like what?
I'm gonna look up one.
Please do. I would love to know
remember.
them. I would love to know what sticks out. Especially, again, this is 8 seasons. Like,
yeah.
There have been some doozies over the years.
Yeah. There is one from Harrison Wells that a quote that I really like when he says, when you don't have the key to the lock, sometimes you have to kick in the door.
That sounds, yep, that's a good one.
Yeah. And yeah, now I found all the other ones, but
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it. Sometimes, we all have to make our own way.
Yeah. Yeah. I also like one, it's not like an inspiring quote or anything, but when Barry says it's something like not every friendship is meant to last a lifetime, but what does last is the pain when they're gone. And I don't know, there's just like throughout the years, there have been times where I just like really connect with that quote.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good one too. It's relationships sometimes come and go, and relationships take work, and it's okay to acknowledge when we're sad or hurt or disappointed that a relationship isn't part of our life anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So when someone asks you for a song or artist recommendation, who is your go-to recommendation?
My go-to recommendation? I have no idea. I listen to a lot of oldies. I feel like that's like, in the mornings when we're cooking breakfast and stuff, like that's the kind of stuff that I put on too. I can't keep up with music anymore. What do you listen to?
Well, I do listen to a lot of 80s music because when my sister and I were growing up, that my mom played that all the time, and I mean she still does. So I listened to a lot of that, and then I listened to my favorite song right now is I have two. There's Pasta by the band New Rules, and then Perfectly Made by the singer Adrian Mitchell.
And you want to know what's funny? I don't know either of them. So thank you for educating me. I will have to look them up.
Yeah, they're just feel good songs. They're just positive songs. Like Pasta is, I have that one on repeat all the time. So
that sounds great. I mean, now I want pasta for dinner.
Yeah, well, actually, whenever I play my mom that song, she always starts craving pasta. So
makes sense. Must be a good song.
Yeah. So what song do you always sing along to, even if you don't know all of the words?
Oh, I'm shameless. I mean, I feel like most songs, I don't know all the words, and there becomes a lot of la-di-dee, la-di-da kind of things. Not that as you saw on the show, I'm a terrible singer, so no one really wants to hear me sing, but, I think it's fun. Sing in the shower, sing while you're making breakfast.
Yeah.
Sing in the car.
I can't sing either, but that doesn't stop me.
Good.
So you have been in the entertainment business for a long time, and what I was wondering what the biggest lesson you learned has been as you've gotten more experience.
I think one of the biggest lessons, both professionally, but also just in life, is that to be kind. You never know what someone else is going through. You never know what struggle they're going through behind the scenes that you know nothing about. And kindness will take you far.
Yeah, I like that. I agree with that. That I think kindness is just so important.
I do too. And, I feel like sometimes we get this message that, you need to really have boundaries, and boundaries are important. But, there is, I feel, always a kind way to go about things.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I accidentally skipped a question.
Okay, let's go back.
Have you had a favorite episode of The Flash to film?
I mean, I've had a lot of different favorites over the years. I feel like every season has different ones, but certainly over the last couple of years, I've really enjoyed directing. It's a different, it's just such a different role, and I get to really stretch, and I get to collaborate with so many different departments that I don't usually get to as an actor. It takes us 8 or 9 days to film an episode, but we have almost as many days to prepare an episode. And there's so many different departments and so many different choices that are made in that prep time that, typically as an actor, you don't get to interact with. And it's nice to get to do that and to change things up. And so definitely directing has been a highlight over the last few years.
Oh, cool. So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero, and why?
I think you're a superhero. I'm so proud of everything you've done. I'm so impressed by what you've done. And I love that you are still committed to it and keeping it up. And I'm really proud of you. And I hope you get to 300.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna start
course.
crying.
Well, I am. I'm so impressed. And, I'm so glad you reached out and that we got to do this. And truly, keep it up. You're doing great.
Thank you. Yeah, and just I thank you for not only calling in, but for all of your projects have just like brought me so much joy. Like Sky High, my sister and I just like constantly rewatch that together. And The Flash is just one of it's not only one of my favorite shows, but it's a really important show to me because it's helped me through so much and through like the start of the pandemic and everything. So thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. I promise you, I'm just a small part of the show. And, I'm so glad that it's resonated with you and that you've enjoyed it and found some joy in it. Absolutely.
Well, Danielle, thank you for making the time today. And if you find yourself in the Denver, Colorado area, you have a standing invitation to come hang out in the Seacrest studios, okay?
Thank you. I would love that. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, Danielle.
Bye.
Bye.